Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome back to some more Aethermancer. I don't know, week's kind of quiet for me, not a whole lot of releases, so I figured I'd do a short series on this one. I also found out you can disable corruption entirely, so that's what I'm gonna do. So who do I want to play as? I think I'm gonna keep bringing Ort in, keep working on getting their level up, and see what I can do with other monsters along the way. Let's see, who can we grab to go in? So we could grab a gargoyle, which I haven't messed with before. So every 15 shield the monster receives or applies to allies, applies sidekick to self sidekick. Okay, so a sidekicker, which is good. Shields all allies for 4, temporary power to all allies, and wind damage and shield self. So that's pretty good. Yeah, sure. Let's bring gargoyle into the mix and see how that goes. Because if I can have two guys, yeah. Do we want to give it? Yeah. There we go. Oh, we got him. I don't actually remember this guy giving the best stuff. But yeah, if I can have both of these guys applying a bunch of sidekick, that could actually get extremely powerful. Maybe. Many monsterkin have walked this path. It holds important religious meaning to them, especially the ones who still believe that Terrastay was created by the monster deities, and that Soul is nothing but a deceiver. Even in the universe of Equilus? Yeah. Both versions of world history are taught and debated. Did Soul create Terrastay, or was it the monster deities? Who created whom? We Aethermancers are the Soul Keepers of the one truth, of course, and it shall only ever be known to us. So I can pick an artifact. Oh, right. Heals all allies, clears corruption, or applies power to target ally. I'm gonna go for the Hourglass of Undoing. The little bit of healing can be helpful. Even if technically we don't need to worry about corruption anymore, it's still important. Okay, who do we want to mess up? We do fire. I don't know if we do... No, we definitely do water. Well, I guess neither of these really matter deeply to me. But yeah, I thought about the getting rid of corruption thing. I wasn't sure if I like wanted to, if it was a good idea. But I think, at least from my perspective, we can't do Aqua Pounce. So I can hit the chicken, I guess. And then I can just punch it. Perfect. I don't know, I like the idea of the corruption mechanic, but I think it's just too much too fast, and there's almost no good ways to manage it. And so it seems more practical for me to probably just get rid of it. And not think about it. Let's see. Shields, allies, hurricane. I'm just gonna punch him. I don't know how I'm gonna like the gargoyle or not, but I guess extra shielding can be handy. Let's see. Yeah, I know there's always a cohort of people that get mad at me whenever I turn on accessibility settings or, like, drop a difficulty, but there are just some games where it just feels better if you tweak the settings. Hello. Oh, this is the Void, huh? Doesn't really seem all that special, honestly. It's quite dangerous to stay in the Void for prolonged periods of time. I advise you to seek respite in Pilgrim's Rest immediately. If you say so, it seems like you know your stuff. I'm Leaf, by the way. That path behind you looks safe enough. Okay. So that's another NPC for the town. Oh, and we've got Orb. Common equipment. Heals the ally. Lowest health for 3. Let's just go for that one. I don't think that one's particularly good, but hey, it's better than nothing. Is it just this guy? That's funny if so. Nope, okay. Oof. Did not get much much of anything from this one. I guess we're just gonna wail on this guy. Because it doesn't really matter. Like, at this point, we're more than strong enough to be able to clear the first region without even really doing anything correctly. Wind. Could do shields, allies. Sure. Unfortunately, not really that meaningful. 3 shield. It was like 3 or 4 shields is really not that helpful. In the face of, what, 13, 14, 15 damage? I find healing to be a little bit more effective. Maybe I just need to find more things that boost shielding effects. Okay, on attack, heals the lowest ally, ally with the lowest health by 2/2. After any attack is used. Okay, so that actually might be really good. Sidekick is applied to the monster, generates random Aether, which is very good. Let's see, for every 15 healing this monster receives or applies to allies. All of these are actually extremely good. I'm kind of tempted to go for auto heal, actually. Whenever an ally triggers Sidekick, shields both attackers for 2. I like shielded hit, but we don't have shield that much, so let's go for joint protection for now, because that'll help both of them tremendously. We get a banner. Alright, so Knight, Aether Spring, Loot Drop Rare. Let's go for the Aether Spring, that gets us something permanent. Wait, hold up, how do I have corruption? Oh well. Okay, so do I want to do Warden, or do I want to do Ooze? I mean, I haven't done the Ooze. Yeah, I guess we're doing Ooze. I'm probably going to swap it out. I can't imagine it's going to be a good long-term companion on this group. What do we name? I'm going to call him Goose. Alright, interact with that. And what do we get from the Aether Spring? Chance of combat, gain extra experience, cleanse corruption from your monsters. I think I'm going to go for wind this time. I mean, especially, supposedly, now that I'm not dealing with that much corruption. Okay, Blessed Pond. Leave that for a bit. Okay, who we hitting? I'll just smack that guy and go from there. Okay, could do Aqua Pounce. Don't think that's really going to make much of a difference. So, does Earth. Heals ally. Water, Earth. I only have a little bit of Earth at the moment. Okay, do we shield allies? Yeah, we don't have enough wind. So let's just smack this guy. Unfortunately, yeah, we don't have much for breaking armor off of enemies at the moment. Okay. Could do a wind hit. Probably just gonna hit that guy. Yeah, like, we're doing mostly... I mean, we're absolutely doing fine. It's just a matter of, like, can't stun them easily. Okay. Oh. So the Earth Retaliation hit from this guy does work reasonably well. So I could do the heal, poison to allies. Could do wind and just break this guy. Let's just do that. Fire Fang, do some damage to that one. That gives me a bit of healing. And, yeah, the free healing 2x2 does actually trigger Ort's, or triggers on any of Ort's attacks. I thought at first it only applied on a regular attack, but no, if it's every attack, that's actually useful. Especially if we can get anything that charges off of healing. There we go. Oh, so he did put Sidekick on himself. I gotta look at the Gargoyle's special abilities again. Okay, got a monster soul. I gotta remember, I might have a memento sheet or whatever it is. Because I should be looking at catching another thing. Because I'm actually running out of monsters to use here. Though, kind of want to try and catch things later. Okay, so I have 2 blank mementos. And once again, we don't have too much. Okay, Earthen Striker. For every 15 shield, it receives or applies to allies. Okay. So actually, Mineralize is quite good. But Sidekick is a little bit better in this case. I think I'm actually going to just do this. Go for that temp power. I could do a bunch of water damage, but I think I'm just going to wail on a guy. Probably that one. Oh, we still have enough for a Toxic Slash. Perfect. Alright. Yeah, so if I do Mineralize, I don't need to. And that should give him enough for Sidekick, which I can then use to go into Fire Fang. I think I'm just going to insta-give this guy rather than anything else. There's the Sidekick hit. And then if I do Toxic Slash on this guy, we get the healing and a bunch of damage. Yeah, okay. I think this is a good combo. We just probably want to find somebody else that works off of Sidekick. Because, yeah, if I could get it so he's generating, like, goof tons of shield, he's just going to get Sidekick automatically. And that should combo kind of nicely with Ort. Okay, on attack consumes another Earth Aether, deals 6 damage, and applies 6 poison to target enemy. The action apply debuffs to enemies, applies those buffs another time to the enemies and to self. Start of your turn, cleanse 2 debuffs from each ally whenever a debuff is cleansed from an ally. Let's go with Torment doubling. Because that actually is vaguely useful. Rare Scepter, end of turn, applies temp power and heals self wind damage. Well, Goliath actually needs it. Because they do wind damage. Okay, anything over here? No. Or maybe? Oh, that's just saying Void Jump. Oh, that's silly. Okay, what else do we have around here? We are actually gaining some amount of corruption. I'm slightly confused about that. Not overwhelmingly so. Just hit the bird. The Wolpertingers, or whatever they're called, aren't that dangerous. It is a Wolpertinger. Okay. Let's see. Don't want to just do... If I do Toxic Slash, yeah, I should. Yeah, because we apply more poison with that, which is useful. Let's see. Don't do much. I could do a Hurricane. But we might want to just wail on one of these guys. The main question is which is the valid target. Alternatively, I might actually just be able to kill this one. I'm gonna beat it within an inch of its life because the poison should finish it off. I was correct. And we are getting corruption. Okay. I'm confused by this. I thought I disabled that. I guess next time I'm in town I'll just have to disable it harder? Question mark? Okay, so if I hit him, finishes him off, get a good hit. Get some nice shielding. Yeah. And then there's the toxic sludge. I think this is actually a really good system. The sidekick shielding is kind of effective. And I like the fact that Goose does trigger poison off of himself to hit everybody else. Better in group fights than solo. Okay, heals target ally, applies temp power. Fire damage against target enemy? No. Water and wind damage against target enemy. So, decent amount of damage. Healing... These are really not what I'm looking for, unfortunately. I guess I'm gonna go for Icy Assault. Okay, shields all allies for 5. Deals damage equal to enemies... to all enemies equal to the amount of shield on the monster. That's kind of good. Heals all allies, then if allies have full health, applies power to self. So that's also good. That's a big heal. However, I think this guy works better with shielding. So that's what I'm going to focus on. And we get to money. Anything else? No. Or maybe I'm going the wrong direction. I am. Did I do the event up here? Oh, it's this one. Because he's super corrupted. I'm still confused by, because it was supposed to not. Okay, we're just gonna work back down here. I'll just deal with the corruption. Maybe it's one of those where it's just not doing damage. Envoy, Knight, random NPC. Envoy gives me... Let's do a random NPC. We're looking for the cook. Or the other one. So... Wolpertinger. Copies actions. Shoot. Okay. So Wolpertinger gives us Sidekick. Yeah. Sorry, Goose. We'll get you another time. So every 3 crits purges Aether. Whenever this monster purges or steals Aether, generates another Aether of the same hit, or whenever this monster purges or steals Aether, breaks poise of the same element on all enemies. Let's just go for critical purging. Not what I was looking for, but I'll take it. Beni. It's not really a Beni, but whatever. Okay, we get the Knight anyway. The history of the Fractured Runes, just like every true monsterkin, has always been a dream to be here. To walk the pilgrimage path, to pass through the ancient gates, to see the beauty of the city itself. You know, I believe the monster deities are still here. They only show themselves to the most courageous and worthy of monsterkin. That's what it said in the stories my mother used to read me. Sadly, most of the monsterkin I met in Pilgrim's Rest don't believe me, but I don't care. I will keep venturing into the void until the monster deities themselves recognize me as a monsterkin true and noble. Didn't expect to see a monster deity anymore. I wouldn't expect to see a monster deity anymore, but I wish you the best of strength in your endeavor. Let me know if you find one, just in case. Aha, thanks, much appreciated. I certainly will, my friend. We can pick an equipment, salve, comment. This is why I don't like this guy. Whenever this monster applies a debuff to enemy, chance to apply another stack, or end of combat, corruption from self. Well, I'm gonna have to put that on Ort. Yeah, the problem is the Knight doesn't ever give particularly amazing. The Knight doesn't give particularly amazing equipment. The lore is nice. I'll give him that. Okay, so we have Wind Kick, which is not very good. Bubble Trick, which would give me some Sidekick. Alas. I'm just going to stagger that guy. Decent amount of damage. Gives me a bit of shields. Do a Water Fire. Probably could have organized this a bit better, but whatever. Ow. Yeah, I disabled corruption, but we're still taking it. Confusing. Okay, shields all allies for 5 is there. I think I'm gonna just go for that. I'll summon the Wolpertinger. Wolpertinger could do this. Explosive Rush. Ugh. Oh, it's something we learned. Got it. Okay, get the stagger. And then we have another. Then I could do a Hurricane Rush. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, so this is a very shield-heavy group. Kind of. It still doesn't feel like it's that much damage, but is there. Okay, so I could do Explosive Rush, take one out. I think I'm just going to do that. Take the burn damage. I could do water damage to the target enemy. Let's do a Mineralize. And then if I do just a regular hit, it might bring both of them. Yeah. It's kind of a fun combo. Because if we can more reliably set up sidekicks, this crew might actually be able to just, like, infinitely slap. Let's see. Shields allies for 5. And I guess I should start with Firefang. Plays dodge to self. No. There we go. Yeah, so anything that gives me bonus damage or like sidekick damage is probably going to be very strong. Alright, armor, common. Start of your turn, shield self for 2. Heal generator. Start of your turn, heal self for 3. Okay, for a second I thought that was boosting the heal effectiveness. Elemental challenge. Okay, so Goliath gets some experience, or worthiness, and some experience. Hey, we take that here. Okay, anything down this direction? Got another one of these fountains, which lets me convert currency around. I don't like that. Frankly, I actually wish that was just something that happened automatically at the end of a run. You know, whatever gold you have left over just turns into Aether. My main problem with those fountains is if I never use them, they're functionally useless, and even then they're functionally useless mid-run. Okay. Break this guy. Well, I guess I might as well just hit this one. Up for a kill. Maybe. Go for the kill. There we go. Good enough. Now, if I can get anything else that generates large quantities of shields, or a perk on Goliath that gives me more shields than normal, we'll be in a very nice spot. Okay, let's start by doing water to him. Fire. Even if it doesn't break, it still does a decent chunk of damage. Hurricane punch? Yeah. Guess it didn't break him. Probably should have actually hit the dragon. Oh well. Stole my Aether. Rude boy. Okay, what do we have? Not much. Purges 2 enemy Aether. Into Fire Fang. Gives me some damage, which means I can then do Hurricane Punch to take him out, and we're good. This is a good combo. $50 Aether Crystals for worth. Why? That's not useful. Oh well. On attack, deals a hit equal to the shield rounded up. Sidekick attacks from allies deal extra damage hits. Applies Sidekick to self, free action. Petal spell. Water earth damage, cleanses debuffs, and Sidekick. Icy Purge could be kind of useful, but I think I'm gonna go for Petal Spell. Okay, we get a skill reroll. Got that. And oh, is there anything else? Oh, there's this. A soul lantern, a resting place for roaming souls. The Monster King took great care to construct and maintain them all across the fractured runes. Ooh, release a soul. Increase max health. Who has the least? Wolpertinger. Yeah. Okay, can't do anything more there. Wasn't really expecting to. Okay, and this was... Oh, this is the Frog Fountain for switching currency. Could technically get some more gold. Don't think I care. Rare, loot drop, merchant, or witch. We're gonna get a merchant after the boss anyway, so no reason to. Oh, no souls, can't rebirth any monsters. I'll live. You walk the pilgrimage path, Syriax. Do you feel enlightened yet? Personally, I always feel calm around here. Even with all the void monsters, believe it or not. Haha. Okay, reroll an action or a trait. Action. Let's see. So Icy Assault is pretty meh. Wind Kick is also worthless. Let's probably get rid of Icy Assault. Okay, bunch of water damage. Heals target, applies power, interrupt. Here we go. I think I'm gonna go for Energy Rush. On it, interrupt applies 2 Sidekick to self. Gonna be hard to pull that one off, to be honest. I can't go up. I was gonna see if I could hop down on this guy, but alas. Oh, I see. So the corruption thing, I still gain corruption. It just doesn't do damage to me. I got you now. Well, we don't have any debuffs. So what do we want to do? Do temp shield to all allies. Get him with a bubble trick. And then probably just hit him. I mean, not like I have a choice. Yeah. Because if we can scale that a bunch, even to the point where there's got to be perks or something that let me scale my shielding value by a little bit. Well, on interrupt, 2 Sidekick to self. lean into that one. Let's see. Don't want to just... We don't need shields. Probably do this first. And I could wait. Do we want to, actually? I think I'm going to. Reason being... Ort only gains power... Oh, is he still broken? Dang. Let's hope he'll come back. Could purge an Aether if I wanted to. But no. We want to keep stacking Sidekick more than anything else. Yeah, we do a decent chunk of damage. Not quite as much as I'm looking for, but that's okay. And there we get... Yeah, those... I guess part of it is we have power scaling. But the extra hits from, ooh. I think Volcanic Guard does make him retaliate. We can actually use my mouse here. Nope. Inspect. Let's see. Him. Retaliate 2x5 Earth Fire against an enemy. Well, why don't I do this? Because I think we can still break him. Ooh. Do I want to do Volcanic Guard? Okay. Seems like a good idea. And I might as well use my Monster Flask. Heal up. Go for the hit. Get some healing, get some shielding. Yeah, it hurts. But I think we're good. Because he's going to hit Wolpertinger, but Wolpertinger gets him with the Retaliate, which might actually kill him. Sidekick triggers off of that. That's really nice, actually. I was really hoping... Okay. Oh, no, that's just how much you're gaining. I was really hoping Worthiness would just continue to raise their overall stats. End of turn deals water hit to all enemies. Damage equals to 1 for every 5 healing received by allies this round. Does not trigger Retaliate. I think I'm going to go for Quicken. Blood Pact is interesting. But we apply a decent amount of healing. And free Sidekick generation is extremely good. Guess I should pick this up. Void Crystal Artifact. Grab the money. Are we good? Yeah. Okay, 20 corruption, gain some max health, everything is good, and merchant. Facing the dangers of the faction runes just to visit the ruins of the Vigil, the supposed holy city. I admire those fools, I truly do. It's admirable, that's for certain. Care to buy anything? Okay, so we can buy a rare thing. So on support action, heals the ally with the lowest health for 5. Wild conversion, Aether +1, but health is reduced. Cheap monster soul. Reactivates target monster. Let's get some bonus experience. I was hoping it would land on Ort. But alas. I don't think we need the rest. So, Envoy, loot drop at Epic. Let's go that direction. We don't need Envoy that bad. It's a free artifact. Those can be good. But getting some actual good Epic equipment on these guys is probably going to make just as much of a difference, if not a lot more. probably go for the book. I think the book does the most amount of damage. Okay. Work on the book. Because if I can knock it down, get it with a stagger. Ah, it doesn't quite kill it. So close, too. I mean, it'll be fine. Now, they might have a retaliation on them. Is it brace? Probably brace. Or not? Hard to tell. So I could craft a memento off of one of these guys. I might as well. Oh, we might as well do lightning shield. Yeah. Wait. It wasn't supposed to trigger retaliate. Or no, it does. Oh, it was something else. Oh, it was the water damage. That wouldn't. Good to know. Okay, do I want to just hit this guy? I mean, I'm not too worried about the retaliation damage. Okay, gets me a little bit. We get plenty of healing. Get plenty of sidekick. Yeah, I think this is close enough. Brace is obviously slightly frustrating, but I'll live. The fact that they can do both, though. Oh, because it's probably a quote-unquote free action. That explains things. Okay, so if I do energy rush, it'll break him. Gets me a bunch of sidekick, which is what we're looking for. Let's just shield everybody. And then I might as well just do bubble trick. Because then that just triggers every sidekick hit we can get. Yeah, if I can give Ort +1 healing in any capacity, or even +2 healing, Ort's gonna pop off in a big way. Alright. Oh, we have enough, so I could do energy rush. Ain't gonna work, though. Shield self, retaliate. Do just have a wind kick. I think I'm just gonna hit him. Or I guess I could do a hurricane punch. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Because now I could do... Oh, I guess we can't do that. Because, yeah, I used up all the wind earlier. Phooey. Alright. And then I guess we just hit him and kill him. You know what? This worked out. Okay, so what kind of good equipment can we get? Oh, wait, no. We don't get it from this one. Okay. On interrupt, power to self. Steals 2 Aether, 2 sidekick to self. Tempting. I think I'm going to go for Dust Strike, though. Wind or earth damage against the target on interrupt, power to self, then shields 2 for each power stack. That's just really potentially good. For every 15 healing this monster receives or applies to allies, also sidekick to self, so that's good. Purges or steals, crit chance. Does already have a decent amount of crit chance, but I think I'm going to go for Quicken. Drum. Support action, cleanses, temp power. Basic attacks generate wild aether. Ooh. I think I'm going to put the drum on Goliath. The little bit of healing is nice, but it's not huge. Right, and I forgot what... Oh, this is a challenge. Okay, Horde got it. Took some effort. Okay. Sidekick to self, temp power to all allies. Water damage against target enemy. Heals allies for... all allies for 2x4. So actually Vampiric Seed is really good. Because that should give him Sidekick automatically. Probably. And more healing is kind of useful here. Okay, so we have next to nothing. I guess I'm going to start with this. What do we want to go for? Probably the soup lads. Because I could use Vampiric Seed. Aqua Pounce. Okay, what else do we have? Cleanses, debuffs, Sidekick to self. They're all buffing themselves, so there's not much I can do. So, in that case, Vampiric Seed might actually be the play. Alternatively, we can do Wind Kick to one of these guys. Which then would let me do Energy Rush and break him. I think that's kind of the play. No fire. Ouch. Well, we still have Vampiric Seed as an option. Or I could just break this guy. Easy peasy. Yeah, we get the Sidekick we're looking for. So, on Interrupt, power to self, shields for power. Heck yeah. Oh, but he's not the one doing the interrupts. So it didn't... Ah, it doesn't trigger. Ouch. And yeah, we don't clear burn. He's already got Sidekick. They're already completely broken. Do a Mineralize. That should give us a Sidekick. Also gets me the drums. In that case, I should do Bubble. Yeah, let's just do Bubble. Gets me the healing that I'm looking for, a little bit of shielding I'm looking for. And then I could do Vampiric Seed. Or Sidekick. All of these kill. So I think let's just go for the Go for the kill, don't even think about it. Alright, so we're in a mostly comfortable position. That 7-stack burn is painful, though. Which is why we desperately need to kill bottom dude. I have Energy Rush. I do have Hurricane Punch, but I don't have much. Otherwise, I could just break this guy. Let's probably do another Mineralize. Give me power, Sidekick, and cleanses some debuffs. Then let's go for the heal. Because that heal is actually extremely good. And then, honestly, if I might as well just do Wind Kick, make sure he's dead. Because Suplat is slightly frustrating. But I can at least manage it. Alright, looks like we got plenty. If I do Energy Rush, it just toasts him. Yeah, so one of our big issues is just Aether generation. It's something I'd like to work on. Not easy, though. Shielding +1 across the board for Goliath. Yo. And that's permanent. Got a blank memento. Ooh. Okay. So I want to go for this. I heard the Nosferatu, the bat monster, is actually really good. So I've got to see if I can catch one, because I don't know if I have yet. Slightly unfortunate. Could generate some wild Aether here. Yeah, he'll only generate a little bit. A Wind Kick would take him down a smidge. Lava Soup. Fire Earth against enemy. Consume all cooking stacks to apply weakness and burn. Reach. Ah. So that's how they work. So if I do a Mineralize. Yeah, I can do a Mineralize. Into a Bubble Kick. Or do I want to do Vampiric Seed, actually? Let's do that. Because that gets me the Sidekick I'm looking for. Which I then can use into a Bubble Trick. Yeah, I'm just going to work on killing the Wolpertinger, I suppose. Even though it kind of Suplat is the most dangerous. Is he? The burn is definitely dangerous. Okay, so what do we have? Damage, burn, Sidekick. Oof. Not the greatest. If I do a Mineralize... Shield up, power up, cleanses whatever debuff. Do a Vampiric Seed, kills this guy. And then the Sidekicks are just going to start wailing on Suplat. Good enough. And then I think we just hit him. Oh, it breaks him too. I guess we get a bunch of bonus hits here. Yeah. He's broken. If he can't hit me with the burn, then we're in a good spot. I already have a memento of that guy. Really? Yeah, honestly, silly as it sounds, best thing I can kind of do on him is just continuously go for that shield. It gives him a free sidekick and clears debuffs. Takes him out. Yeah, so this entire crew has pretty stacked sidekick boons. Oh, I'm not going to be able to break him, am I? I'm just going to kill him first. Well, we'll probably find another one that I can break. We just didn't get a whole lot of fire aether here, so it just never came up. One way or another, I feel like this build's got some juice. Okay, on support action, cleanses. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna scrap that. I thought I was supposed to get like a epic piece of gear here. Maybe it's over here. There it is. Or, nope, loot drop, just some experience. Whenever Sidekick is applied to this monster, it generates a random aether. Yeah, that's absurd, actually. I'm confused. I thought this was supposed to have an epic loot drop. Unless it was that drum? Could have missed it? Could have picked the wrong thing? Well, whatever it is, I'm not seeing anything left. Unless it was that random piece of experience. Which, like, can't complain about. Another Aether Spring, Envoy, Aether Spring. Because I might as well give myself the extra experience. Because more experience boon is probably good. It hasn't felt like it's procced that often. Let's just go for Soup Boy. Okay. So if I do this, we'd probably have enough to break the Soup Guy. But let's do this first. Because now I can do Energy Rush, get me a bunch of Sidekick. Gets me some Sidekick, gets me a bunch, generates random Aether. Yeah! Alright. So we've now solved my Aether problems. Because Ort pretty much, with this build, Ort never runs out of... Ort never runs out of Sidekick, which puts me in a very good spot. Do I want to do... I could do Vampiric Seed and just hit this guy. Or I could work on breaking this one. Probably that. Cleanses debuffs, don't have any. Yeah. Let's just hit this one. Because we want to kill him. He's just not the primary focus for a moment. Then we do Vampiric Seed. Knock this guy down close enough so that I can stack some power. Oh, he generated... Oh, we don't have enough for Dust Strike. Shoot. That would have been the play. I suppose I'm just going to go for Hurricane Punch. There we go. Yeah, look at all that Aether. And a decent chunk of shield, too. Ow, burn. Okay, that does hurt. Let's see. Well, I can take it anyway. Hit this guy. Give me that sidekick. And yeah, sidekick does not trigger burn, which is very much what I was looking for. Okay, then we want to do not lightning shield, we want to do dust strike. Staggers them. Now, does it kill him or does it get him close? Killed him. That's fine. Let's just go for the heal. Because yeah, that gives us just so much Aether. Well, if I could get that perk on anybody else, that would be amazing. So the one problem is this is going to make it really hard for me to catch things, or chuck mementos at things, because we're usually going to kill them before we break them. So be it, I suppose. Whatever. On the interrupt. Does dying count as an interrupt? I actually have no idea as far as this game is concerned. Alright. On wind action from allies, shields that ally for 5. 3 wind Aether consumed by allies. No, we're definitely going for Sidekick Generator. I guess let's do Electrical Jolt, not that I care deeply for it. But we want the generator just so I can go nuts. Oh. I only have 1 monster soul, and I don't really need a boon for 2 more battles. Alright. Generates 1 water Aether at the start of your turn or 1 wind. I think we need wind. Because most of the abilities I can think of require 2 wind Aether and 1 water. Hit the books. Let's see. So that's not going to interrupt. Boy, we did not luck out here. Well, do we want to just start with an easy mineralize? We could. Otherwise, I could attack. That's not going to give me the water I'm looking for. Yeah, no interrupt. Shield cell for 7, but that doesn't do anything. Going for it. We get a fire Aether. Was not what I was looking for. Does give me electrical jolt. Which I don't hate. Yeah, I'm just gonna pummel this guy. Because I think the fire dog is the most dangerous. The crab spider thing is mostly just a nuisance, but I have enough healing and defense that it's not really a problem, and the book is just weird. Okay, could you Vampiric Seed to break him? Yeah, let's start with that. Okay, gets me a fire and water. He's staggered. I'll have to see if I've got a memento on him. Already have one. All right. Let's see. If I do that, doesn't kill. I could do lightning shield to take them all out. We could try and do dust strike. I don't think dust strike's going to do what I want it to do, though. I think I'm just going to hit him with the water. Yep, there we go. I love that. I love this Sidekick generator. Oh. Oh, we do break him, but almost assuredly it's not his. Do I want to do this? It would do a decent chunk of damage. I'll do it. Because now we get the free stagger, bunch of shields. And we're in a good enough spot. I had no confidence in this build. It's doing fine. Boss is still going to wreck me, maybe. Okay, so if I do energy rush, that gives me a bunch of sidekick. It works out quite well. Do I want to just do lightning shield again? Yarp. Because that gets me more sidekick, puts me in a good position. Yeah, we have nothing to worry about. Bubble. Alright, a little bit of worthiness. I don't think we're anywhere close to a level. One more fight. Okay, rare equipment talisman. Whenever a buff is applied to this monster, chance to apply another stack of the same buff. Crit damage +2. Probably gonna put it on Bunny. And we get a blade. Sure. Okay, so next up is boss. Alright. Another one of these. So that means Bunny, at the very least, gets a level. If we get really lucky, we get the wind proc for the bonus experience. Okay, might as well hit the gargoyle. It does team boosts. And is slightly annoying. Let's see. All of these get the sidekick trigger, don't they? Oh, in that case, let's just wail on the lad. Okay, then I could do Vampiric Seed. Sure. Gets me a bunch of basic useful things. Okay, now we're in business. Yeah, so unfortunately I don't think I'm going to be able to use Dust Strike to interrupt anybody on this one, because that's all just going to be triggering allies. I could do Lightning Shield. Oh, but we should wait on that one. Could do Electrical Jolts. But I think I'm going to do Bubble Trick. Okay. Then do we do Fire Fang? Can't do Energy Rush. Lightning Shield will kill. If I do Fire Fang... Oh, but that would make it so I can't do Lightning Shield. So if I did Vampiric Seed... yeah, let's just do that. Because I think Vampiric Seed usually is the one to give me the most. Okay, and then all I'd have to do is Lightning Shield, and it'll wipe all of them out. That's a pretty good... this is a pretty good combo. I'm happy with it so far. I was wondering if I could actually make Sidekick work amazingly well, but the available traits that make Sidekick really sing are impressive. I guess I'm just going to do... do we do Energy Rush? No, because I'm not going to be able to get the interrupt on it. I guess let's just lead with that. Not that we need to get the interrupt here. I think this is pretty much going to be the last round, and this guy goes down quick. We just have to wait. Energy Rush doesn't quite kill him. Dust Strike doesn't quite break him. Kind of a shame. I like the idea of Dust Strike. It's a very good potential power generator, but it's just a little fiddly for me. And yeah, look at that. They pretty much never run out of Sidekick. Very Three Musketeers build. All allies gain crit chance. Long as the monster has a Sidekick, I'm going to go for the crit chance. Because the extra poise damage can be quite helpful. Got a skill reroll. Let's use a Monster Soul. I don't know what this is going to give me. Goliath gains an experience. Ayy. Purges Aether. On interrupt, shields all allies for 5. Or I could just go for the max health, actually. Yeah, what I want are stats more than anything else. Okay, looks like we're heading for the portal. Let's see, Shop, Witch, was hoping for Chef. We're gonna go for an epic loot drop and hope it's something good. Yeah, so that bonus experience was the epic loot drop earlier. That's kind of weak, unfortunately. I really could use some gear and equipment here, and not getting it has pulled me back a little bit. Oh, it's okay. Alright. Let's see if we do enough damage to fight this guy. We also have health in the 50s, which really does make a difference here. Okay. Generate stuff. I think we mostly want to just go for... I'm just going to hit him. Okay, could do Lightning Shield. I think I'm just gonna wait. It's a really flaccid first round here, but it's okay. Okay, element is now water. I can work with that. Let's see. Do I think I could do Dust Strike? Maybe, probably not. Do Fire Fang. Then if I do Wind Kick... Can I go for the break? Okay, doesn't look like it. We need earth damage. In that case, let's just go for a team-wide shield. A little power, a little bit of Sidekick. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, element is now fire. That also sucks. Okay, I can only do one of those per turn. Okay, this might put him within breaking distance. Well, got him broken. Just not what I wanted to. Okay, yeah, on interrupt, but they're already interrupted. So I guess I can just do Hurricane Punch. Okay, now do I want to... I don't have any debuffs to cleanse. This isn't a free action. Which one of these is going to do the most amount of damage? Icy Assault, actually. Yeah, we're going to win this one. Oh. You know what I should do, though? Chuck a memento at them. Unless they get their shield back. No, they're not. Because, yeah, I can craft a memento from Star Spawn. And then any of these kill. Alright. It turns out going for hard Sidekick works. Alright, so far so good. We get 3 experience from that one. So heals target. Another Petal Spell. I like Petal Spell. Let's get rid of Aqua Pounce because I'm not using it. Okay, gain a blank memento, and let's see what we can find in the final zone. Gain some max health. Welcome to the Forbidden Fortress, Syriax. Beautiful, isn't it? It's messy. Ah, that's true. Things have been a bit difficult to maintain ever since the Void opened. Of course, the Forbidden Fortress is our home. That explains some things. Care to buy anything? Okay, so we can buy this. Crit damage, wind damage. That's kind of good. Support action heals the ally with the lowest health for 5. Initial shield, wild conversion. Another blank memento. Consumes all of your aether, generates 7 random aether. Yeah, these aren't particularly amazing. Okay, don't have a new monster to snag. Epic loot drop, random NPC. I was still really hoping I'd run into the chef here, but... Oh, Garden District is pretty. How many more districts are there? Cripes. As one thing I will always complain about with roguelikes, I don't really appreciate them when they're longer than an hour, because then they just start to feel like they're dragging on a little. Epic Ocarina. On support action, heals the ally with the lowest health for 7, wind generator, evasion, initial temporary power. I mean, it has to be him. Because neither of the other two have good supports. Because Bani has, like, electrical jolts. Yeah. Go for that. Okay, so these guys are completely new as far as I'm concerned. The rock dog and a cute Sphinx Griffin thing. Neat. I'm gonna catch them all. Okay, so... Only 3 wind hits. Wouldn't be enough. Energy Rush would be. Well, if I start with this, we get Sidekick. Gets me the Earth. If I do Petal Spell, puts me within breaking range. Do we want to break it? We don't really. We want to break it on the next turn. So I guess let's just hit this guy. We can probably take some hits. The extra shields help, and it looks like they're doing more support actions. God, they have a lot of HP. That's why I was hoping Memento wouldn't be, like, that hard to level up here. Okay, so let's... Do I want to do Dust Strike? Do I want to do... No, we don't need it. Better to go for that one. Okay. Capture a Memento. Emmet. Tank, Summon, Regeneration. Cool. Well, do I want to go with that? Oh, you... little... turd man. Oh. Might as well use Sprout. Okay, now this could backfire on me. They don't have the max health for redirection. Oh boy. Well, I have Petal Spell. Oh, it wasn't Petal Spell. I was supposed to do Vampiric Seed. Shoot. Okay. Can't kill, can break. I think we gotta go for the break. Because yeah, I'd like to kill the Emmet, but we gotta prevent ourselves from taking a hit here. We also, I think, need to kill that cat. I think it's applying power to everybody. We might also just lose here. Ooh. That's not going away. That's really bad. Okay, there's Vampiric Seed, which is the one I was hoping to go for. Okay, if I do Dust Strike... Okay, he's toast. Gonna reactivate them. Because I could do... Energy Rush? No, just another Vampiric Seed. Because that gives me plenty of Sidekick. Okay, power to self. Let's just do Blossoming Strike. Give me a bit of regen. It does feel like a lot of these higher tier units actually have some absurdly good moves. Well, it's got all that Sidekick, but I don't think that's going to help it. Okay. So let's break it. Because I also want to catch this cat. It's cute. And I want it. I was afraid the redirect would be the death of Beni. But it looks like we've managed to avoid the worst outcome. But yeah, the fact that they have 50% to 200 or 50 to 100% more health than me is real rough. Uh-oh. Okay, force to self free action. I do like ice spears. Force to self is okay. I think I'm gonna snag this. What do we get rid of? Wind kick. We're not using it. Okay, maybe no. Uh-oh. There's like a pink pixel on my screen for a second, and I was like terrified I have a stuck pixel. But it looks like we're good. Yeah, no stuck pixel. It was just something left over in the previous one. Because it was like a bright pink pixel. I guess if it was in-game, you guys would have seen that too. I need earth? Shoot. I could start with deck of cards. Or we could do a Void Crystal. Lead with Void Crystal, then we do Mineralize. Into Fire Fang. Fire Wind or Vampiric Seed. Probably Vampiric Seed. Okay, gets me the stagger. Oh, can't do it. We at least don't want to go for the kill. So I could do an Electric Jolt. Sidekick to self, temp power. Yeah, let's just go with that. $32 damage, man. Okay, craft a memento on Bird Wizard. Fire Wind, Dodge Force, Aether. Okay. So if Ice Spears, I have that. Honestly, I think we start with the shields. I was hoping to generate more, but Bird Wizard gets wrecked anyway. Oh, I also just realized they're going to kill the shit out of the central guy, aren't they? I should stop that. Because if we know they do 30-something damage, we need to make sure that they don't. I guess let's just Petal Spell them. There we go. At least we get some amount of shields for our troubles. That was not the big meteor strike that freaking hurts. Good to know. Okay. Well, none of these really matter, so let's just beat him to death. I'm really digging this whole sidekick build. I don't know if the damage is scaling as far as I'd like it to be honest. But it's in there. Yeah, what does this want? Fire damage to target enemy. It actually really does seem like some of these later tier enemies are extremely good. Unlocking them is going to be a nightmare. Well, kind of. I mean, it's just going to be slow and expensive. Alright, what do we get? As long as this monster has Sidekick. I think so. Ascension is interesting, but only triggers once per combat. Blood Pact is interesting as well. It's a free hit. But I think we need the damage. Sidekick attack is always critical. Or on wind action from any ally. Shields. Ah, damn, these are all good. Free Sidekick, occasionally. Sidekick always crits. Is very good. And free shielding. Also good, less reliable. I want to get that side crit on every one of these characters. And let's hit the scorpion thing. Okay, not my favorite start, to be honest. I could pop deck of cards. Yeah, let's do it. Well, this wasn't what I was looking for either. Shoot. Okay. Okay. I don't know if I have enough mementos to grab this scorpion thing. Either I have just enough or I'm one shy. Ah, I currently hold 0 beans. Whatever. Near killing one of these is still going to be handy. I gotta look at what the Naga Man is doing. Okay, aquatic armor. Applies force to self. Ah, fearless. Has one or more force that evades the first hit of the enemy attack. Retaliate does damage. Ah, that's legitimately terrifying, actually. Yeah, because I could lead with ice spears, but I don't think it's going to benefit me much. I guess let's do this. A bunch of that. I could do mineralize for an easy hit. Only do a little, though. I think I'm going to do Lightning Shield. Because I will get him 2 Sidekick. Take him out. Okay, good. We've burnt off some of that support. And I think I'm going to hit him. Because he's got the big meteor, massive damage move. And so we need to make sure he's not there to do it. Okay, so if I do Dust Strike, it's only 3 hits though. Let's just do that. Oh, but yeah, as long as they have force, they dodge their first hit. Man, this is stanky. Let's see, do I want to just do Ice Spears? Sure. Alright, and all I can do is hit him. Let's just do shields. We're not in a rush. I guess no reason not to have done that, though. Oh well. Okay, Vampiric Seed takes them almost out. I'm not in a rush, but there's no reason for me to delay. Alright. Well, surprisingly, we're gaining a decent amount of worthiness here. Hexing Harp Artifact. Ooh. Nothing from those. Toasted the monster. Get some resources. Rare Salve. Defense. Ooh. I think I'm gonna say no, though. The corruption removal would be... Oh, leave that for a second. Yeah, the corruption removal has potential uses. Or would be really good on another run. But not this one. Okay. And then did we... Oh, it's just this guy. I mean, sure. Because I don't need to care about any of that. Okay, so what do we have? Envoy, Mystery, Aether Spring. Go for the Aether Spring, since that gives me random Aether, potentially. Alright. So we were looking for... Oh gosh, what was it here? Oh right, it was the Aether Spring. Evasion and crit chance. Yeah, definitely the evasion and crit chance. Like, it's only a 1 in 20 chance to get something really good here, but hey, you never know. Who's the most dangerous? Definitely you. Because yeah, they stack force like crazy, and then that meteor hit does +5 damage for every force, which is terrifying. Okay, we have Vampiric Seed. Might as well hit him with it. Now, we could do Lightning Shield. I don't think that's going to make a difference. I guess I'm going to do a Mineralize. Because that's easy, gets me a little bit of something. Yeah, shield to ally, 2x3, poison to a random enemy. Otherwise I could do Sidekick to self, temp power to allies. Otherwise, we could just hit something. I'm just going to hit him. Because we're not going to be able to break him. But it still puts us in a better position to break him immediately at the start of the next round. Okay, that's some good stuff. So if I do Dust Strike... do I want to do Electrical Jolt now? I think so. Because then if I do Dust Strike, we just whomp them. Gets me some nice healing, everything is good. It gets toasted. Yeah! So then I can do Vampiric Seed. Get the heals. Hopefully get a bunch of stacks of Sidekick. Yeah! Oh, look at that damage. Because yeah, with the power stacks plus the crit chance, we can do pretty nasty things to these guys. It's not perfect. It's there. Let's see. I'm not going to be able to interrupt normally. I guess let's do a Mineralize. Gain a little bit of power. Then we just do Energy Rush, breaks them. Oh, but it doesn't get the break as... it gets the break as part of a support hit. Ouch. Yeah, so we don't get the extra Sidekick stacks. Then again, does it matter? No. His combo actually works out quite well. Aether Crystals and 25% evasion. Yo. That makes Beni really good. Let's see. Sidekick is applied to this monster. Gain a random Aether. Yeah. We already have that a couple of times, and so, like, maybe it's not terribly necessary. But I like it. Whoa, Sidekick to self reactivates target ally. Or we could just go for Ember Dart as a free action. Oh, okay. Let's just go for the max health then. Because one of my guys had 5 moves, give or take. Here we go. What is this thing? This is a garden protector, a magical plant grown by the former caretakers of the garden district. Unfortunately, has become corrupted by the void. 2 souls to fully cleanse all corruption. Nope. We should go for the cat this time. It seems to do mostly support. Though I don't know about, Ring Hydra Naga lady. She's a little spooky. Okay, how are we doing this? If I do Vampiric Seed, that might give me... because that should give me some Aether. Let's hope it's the right kind. It was and it wasn't. Yeah, do we just do the shield? Shield attack. Let's just go for that. Give me a Sidekick. So I could do Electrical Jolt, or I could break the cat. Yeah, let's break the cat. Because it seems to be doing a support buff. If we can take that away from them, that probably works in my favor. Okay, Vampiric Seed. Yeah. Somehow goes for the kill. I see. That's so fun watching the Sidekick combos just spiral out of control on these guys. Okay. Could do that. Could just do a pedal spell. Because, yeah, it generates just enough shields constantly to potentially give this guy what he needs. Yeah! Admittedly, it's only one power stack, but even then, one power is still good. Be nice if I could pull it off a little bit more reliably. Well, so far we seem to be doing swimmingly. Extremely well. What is this? Yeah, do I want to just... Probably wail on the snake. At least a little bit. Though the snake is definitely the least dangerous. Okay, then do I do Vampiric Seed? Yeah. Because as far as I can tell, that's the one that gets us the most amount of Sidekick stacks. Yeah. Okay, so if I do Lightning Shield, gets us a bunch of defenses, and then they smack him to death. Perfect. Yeah, so what we need to do is get the Wolpertinger something that gives it Sidekick stacks more reliably. Or a free action that gives it extra Sidekick stacks. Because, yeah, we've got more Aether than we know what to do with after the first round. Because pretty much all of their moves are free, or at least heavily discounted by the free Sidekick stacking. Sidekick damage +1. Let's go. Okay, heals ally, shields ally. Ooh. Sidekick to self reactivates target ally. I think I'm gonna go for Snow Charm. Let's get rid of Hurricane Punch. I'm just not using it. Because, yeah, I should pick up some, Go for that. The initial shield isn't that amazing. Free action moves are going to be a lot more powerful for me. Because, I mean, currently I'm not using them anyway. Which, let's see. No. Because we got something over here. Oop. Void Jump, grab that. Grab this. Do I have another fight? No. Just resources. Alright. Which is good? Oh, hold up. This is something I can interact with. Soul Altar. Release a monster soul. Boon for the next 2 battles. Sure. Now that means, to some degree... Oh, it is the boss. Go Witch. We've arrived in Vigil. Feels momentous, doesn't it? The Garden District always is an imposing place to be in. Like being in the presence of the monster deities themselves, the void is only added to the otherworldly atmosphere. Reroll an action, a trait, or... Let's do action. Yeah, do I want to get rid of Fire Fang at this point on Ort? Because we just have better things. Power, okay. So 3/8 fire earth damage against target enemy, sidekick to self on interrupt, power to all allies. Ooh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for Comet Rush. It's expensive, but we can afford it. Okay, who's the big bad here? It's a hand. Oh, and it's Fire Earth. Okay. So what does Big Horror Hand do? Things. I guess I should probably inspect it. 100-handed. Gains aging at the end of your turn if the monster has 3 or more age, triggers an attack against each enemy that deals damage for every 3 age stacks and weakness. And also summons monsters. Alright. You look like you're going to be a jerk. Do like Blossoming Strike. Regen to all allies is kind of handy. But I think I'm going to start with Vampiric Seed. Because we want those sidekick stacks. And then we can still do it. Because I think going for a little bit of regen, especially if I can do it multiple times, is going to be handy. Okay. Gets a little bit off of him. Now, purges to enemy Aether. I mean, now's a good time for it. Oh, I should have actually held off on that until next round. Because yeah, we're pretty much not going to be purging anything at this point. As well use Void Crystal now. Okay, so what do we have? On Interrupt, power to all allies, definitely worth it. Because free power is going to be how we take this guy out, slowly. Looks like he's doing an AoE, so Mineralized. The problem is not that Mineralized scales in power particularly well here. But so be it. So we have Ice Spears. What does Affliction do? Eh. Oh, regen actually wears out. Shoot. I didn't realize that. Yeah. Hurts. Not as bad as it could, though. Weakness is mean. Okay, so stacking regen, not as good as I was hoping it would be. Let's probably just do Vampiric Seed. Do I want to do Snow Charm? Because I can just cast that a bunch, I think. Ah, only once per turn. Interesting. Why is this stun him? Not sure. Seems worth it. Oh, he got rid of all of his Wind Aether. Okay, that's actually very good. Yeah, I'm just going to keep purging his Aether. Not that it's going to help too much. I should probably just keep doing Vampiric Seed. Just stack endless amounts of Sidekick. Yeah, we're actually going to get this one. Oh, he reactivated. Do we want to do anything? Win-win Earth Aether. We don't really need those. I guess I might as well do Dust Strike. Oh, no, it was supposed to be the shield thing. I'm a fool. I guess it doesn't really matter. Look at all that shield. We're just skunking this dude. What? He's summoning. Ow. I'm gonna have to play around with that. Unfortunately, we haven't found a summon build yet. Well, I guess I might as well hit him with this. Yeah, because it seems like summons actually could be fun. I just haven't found them as an option. I'm a little mad I don't have a memento to catch this boss, but whatever. Dust Strike. I think it either breaks him or it kills him. And it doesn't really matter to me. Oh no, it for sure kills him. Well, now what? Please don't tell me there's another zone. Snow support. Heals allies, cleanses debuffs, applies to Sidekick to self. I mean... yeah, it's better than Electrical Jolt, given the situation. Epic Boots. Evasion, crit damage, heal generator. I think I'm gonna put it on him. Oh. Something to interact with back here, lore-wise. That's okay. Now what? Exit, I suppose. This is not the end of the run. Oh no. What do we have? Heals one of your monsters, cleanses 5 debuffs from it. Monster Soul. I was really hoping that would be better. Now what? Next zone? There is another zone? No, there isn't. We're close to the origin, I can feel it. Something seems to be locked behind the veil here, intentionally sealed away. Huh. So this void's no accident. There's another route, less hidden. I might be able to access it. Alright, let's do this. So do we have a bonus boss after this? Maybe. The Forbidden Fortress? No, something seems off. It's distorted, even more than usual. Ah, we need to get ready, the route's approaching. Okay, so here's the final boss. It is... the Merchant! Back for more, I see. I'm here to talk. Then you should not have come back. Well, fair enough. Corrupted Aether. What does that mean? Arms are immune to damage, can only be staggered. Staggering them removes them from the fight. Detarm curses a random monster of yours, corrupt against actions. Okay, what does corrupted mean, though? Okay, applies corruption to it. That's probably not great for me. Okay. What do we have? I think the easiest thing I can do is probably start with this. Don't think that worked the way I wanted it to be honest. I guess I'm just gonna hit him. Oh, but I needed a water. Ugh. Yeah, it's not gonna do anything. Alright. And yeah, I might as well just hit him. Yeah, I don't know what corruption does in this fight. I'm assuming it does damage based on corruption quantity. If I had a guess. Okay, well, if I do this... just to target enemy, though. Because, yeah, I could do Petal Spell. Because that's not going to do anything. Okay, that gives me some stuff. Oh, and his... lots of things are just kind of switching around here. Because, yeah, I don't think I can break any of these. That would be worth the corruption. And we have some amount of healing. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit him. Yeah, luckily we kind of skunked him out of doing a big hit here. Are you... okay, he's got more hands. So is that the point of the corruption? He summons Friendos? Because that I can almost work with. Sapping all corruption from your two most corrupted allies heals themselves, created corruption copies. Okay. Slightly stinky, but actually manageable. I think at this point we just start taking the corruption because who cares? Okay. So I could do Dust Strike. Yeah, I think we do Dust Strike on that arm. It's not the most practical. But knocks it out for a bit, which means then I can go with Vampiric Seed? Yeah. We just need a couple of turns where we're not corrupted to really stack up some moves and all of our Sidekick stacks. Because the rest of this I can work with, maybe. That amount of terror is a little spooky. Okay, shields an ally, shields and heals an ally. Reaction plus gets me some extra things. And yeah, we sure do have the Aether for that. Okay, 4 times... sure, Glacier Smash. Not that age stacks are particularly good, but we can at least knock them out of doing a move. We can also go for a reactivation while we're here. Isn't a bad idea either. Yeah, do I just do Vampiric Seed? I think I just do Vampiric Seed. That gets us the healing we need. Okay. Now I could do Dust Strike, or we could wait for next turn to do Comet Rush. I think we're going to do just that. Because power to all allies is more valuable than just power to him. Oh. It's not going to work. Beans. Because, yeah, he changed his weaknesses. No, Vampiric Seed. We're just gonna break him. Yeah, would love to go for those stacks, but at least we do tons and tons of damage. Yeah, like I might as well do Dust Strike anyway. But let's heal and shield somebody. Because I got the resources for it, and it triggers more bonuses for me. Let's see, Petal Spell does just a little bit more damage. Yeah. This is working out. I could be maybe a little bit more efficient with this, but we've largely skunked him. I don't actually know what he's doing. Oh, is it because we broke him he's not doing anything? Well, that's awesome. We really didn't leave him any room to do anything. This is a nutty... I thought this run was going to be just kind of like a dumb experiment and it wasn't going to work. And the answer is like... had nothing for it. Oh no, he's corrupting my Aether. Whatever, will I kill him? Well, I could do Comet Rush. I can't do Ice Spears? Why not? Oh, he stole the move. Well... it doesn't matter. You get slapped, boy. Actually, a decent amount of worthiness. For a second, I was like, are we not going to get that much? But the answer is no, we got a ton. Support damage. Boy, that gets you a bunch. Well, we did it. Sorry, Ooze. I will definitely try to go for an Ooze build at some point. But, yeah, it worked out great. Damage dealt. Wow, yeah. Ort kicked ass. So now what? I assume we just get kicked back to town? Yeah, no real ending. This is early access after all. I wouldn't expect to see more than that. Okay, be straight with me. Do you believe we can close that darn void? I'll try. To tell the truth, I still don't know for sure if the void can be closed. I appreciate the honesty. Let me be honest too. I don't think there's anyone around here, apart from you, who stands a chance of closing the void. So basically, I'm putting all my trust in an Aethermancer. What else is there to do for a mayor at the end of the world? Okay, so we can make a deal. So gold start, merchant discount, inventory upgrade. Let's probably snag both of these. So 20 different unique mementos. I'm close. Eh. I think the big one is... May I ask, where are you from, Lily? Well, where else but Achilles? I thought my soul bonding skills made that clear. I was trained in Achil, in fact, the magnificent floating city. Designed by the mastermind, the forlorn child of Achilles, formal hot. It was boring, to tell the truth. I like it around here so much more. Interesting, there aren't many who leave Achilles. What about you? You never really did tell me why you left. Let's just say I prefer the company of monsters. A noble goal. And who wouldn't prefer to just travel around with their monsters anyway? Indeed. Okay, soul bond. So we actually have a number that we can do. So bond with Sharoof, but I think we're gonna bond with these three. Definitely Gargoyle. Star spawn? Sure. Do we snag Sharoof? Yeah. Because the rest of these I can kind of nickel and dime myself up. Would be a bad idea to go for Domovoid just because the action didn't consume cooking stacks, apply cooking to self, and regen to the ally with the lowest amount of regen. Feels like I could probably build him into being something kind of nutty too. But for now, it is a good stopping point. And I think I might leave us here. I enjoyed this kind of short little series, but I don't think I want to play more until the game's gotten more updates, more monsters, more places to go, and maybe curtails the runs just a little bit. 2 hours is a little much for me and my schedule. I often think of the Dark Ages, a shameful period of our kind. Monsterkin were ostracized purely for their appearance. Humans across Terraste saw them either as monsters or slaves. Humans in turn were ruled by Soul, who grew ever more mad and corrupted as centuries and millennia passed. Cities that were deemed sinful and disobedient were raised by hordes of monsters at the command of Soul. And the Aethermancers only stood by as all this happened, believing this to be the predestined fate of Terraste. Of course, the thought of rising up against the creator of Terraste probably didn't even cross most minds at that time. Still speaks volumes that, out of the original 15 Aethermancers, all but 3 of them decided to retire as they could not bear the guilt any longer. It took Gersi, the human, to set events in motions that would eventually bring an end to the Dark Age. True. Well recited. A lot has happened during the time period. And since. I feel the need to right many wrongs our kind has done. I partially share the sentiment. That's why we should strive to learn from the times before you and I lived. Anyway, let's not dwell too much on the past. We still have our work cut out for us. So, Monster Flask, upgrade, more souls, skill reroll. The Worthiness upgrade, which would be good. Whenever you use Craft Memento, you gain a soul, and next to Monster Shrine, the corresponding monster is guaranteed to appear. And extra experience from boss fights. That actually is moderately good. But yeah, like I was saying, I think I'm going to leave it here, just because I don't want to burn myself out on an early access version of a game. But I had a lot of fun with this, and I look forward to seeing it get more updates, more monsters, more places to go, more items to play around with, more meta progression, you know the drill. I'm really hoping at some point one of them adds extra item slots, because it feels like the equipment system is a little on the limited side, and I'd love to have more options to play with that. But is what it is. Anyway, for now at least, I guess if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like and it helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.